Remember to subscribe and like the video because you have huge things coming. Throughout LeBron James' career, he's been on 3 different teams, playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers twice. This in turn has created 4 different versions of King James in the NBA. His game has changed drastically over the course of 17 years, and today we are going to dive into what version of LeBron was truly the best. Cleveland LeBron, coming out of St. Vincent St. High School in Akron, LeBron was looked at as a generational talent. His high school games were televised nationally, which is extremely unusual. The hype around the 18-year-old only increased once his hometown Cavaliers got the first overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft. LeBron was the consensus #1 pick, and the Cavs picked him without hesitation. He came out of gates on fire and averaged 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists, which was enough to make him the NBA Rookie of the Year. The first Cleveland LeBron was a pure scorer. He averaged over 30 points multiple times and over 27 every year after his rookie campaign. He was not the same physical specimen he is today, but he was still dominant in his early years. He did not have the size that has been associated with him in previous years. He hadn't developed his shooting either, which only makes the difference between 2000s LeBron in Miami, Cleveland, and Los Angeles LeBrons even more evident. Clearly, James was still coming into his own as a player and wasn't in his prime yet. So this portion of his career was not the best we've seen from him. Miami LeBron. By the time King James had chosen to take his talents to South Beach, he had put on some serious size. He was a clear matchup nightmare for any team and had shouldered the load for a lackluster team in Cleveland for years. In Miami, he was able to rely on Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to provide some help on the floor, which caused his points per game to drop, but his assists increased. He averaged over 7 assists per game, twice during his 4 years with the Heat. His shooting steadily improved and he led Miami to 2 championships. He routinely took over games with brute physicality and did so when he was at his absolute athletic peak. Cleveland LeBron, Part 2. When LeBron came back to Cleveland, the team was different. They had point guard Kyrie Irving, power forward Kevin Love, and a host of role players. LeBron's game again transformed to fit the team. He became a facilitator for the Cavs, and while letting Kyrie score a decent amount, also averaged over 25 points per game. When Irving and Love were down for the count in the finals against the Golden State Warriors, LeBron had to single-handedly carry the Cavs. Although it was in a losing effort, LeBron continued to lead the Cavaliers to the finals, meeting with the Warriors 4 straight years. LeBron dominated every point of the game for the Cavaliers, becoming the de facto point guard to take pressure off of Kyrie. This culminated into only 1 championship, but LeBron's tireless domination did not go unnoticed. Lakers LeBron. 2 years ago, LeBron chose to sign with the Lakers, and what many consider to probably be the King's last move. His first year in the purple and gold was injury-riddled. He missed the playoffs, and conversations about whether LeBron was washed up crept into everyday sports talk shows. He came back the next year with a completely different team, full of veteran role players and superstar Anthony Davis. This year, LeBron is leading the NBA in assists, while averaging a shade under 26 points per game. Even at 35, he is putting up MVP-like numbers. The verdict for this took a lot of deliberation. In the end, LeBron from his most recent stint in Cleveland seemed to be the best. He carried 4 teams who did not look finals worthy to within 4 games of a title. And even if he was better at another point, his championship in Cleveland was the most dominant he ever played in a playoff series. Overall, LeBron has been great every year. The second time he was in Cleveland takes the cake as the best version of the King. Remember to subscribe and like the video because you have huge things coming.